Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Phoenix Point, Terror from the Void, where today I think we're just going to keep scouting for resources. We're building stuff up about as fast as we can. We're doing important researches. There's nothing that we're doing right now is explicitly carrying us toward any kind of victory condition. I think hitting the time vault is gonna be important for that. It seems to be the stopping point. The last time we were told that we were making progress was when this came up. So somebody's gonna have to fly all the way over here. I think it's probably going to be the Manticore, but right now the Manticore, obviously we're waiting on a functional med base that we can heal up before we take any other long trips. And you are just, I think, going to keep flying around this area and trying to find other cool stuff to do. More things to generate loot. Okay, so we finished building leg armor there. That is a soldier worth of gear, right? So how are we doing on that? We have you. I was going to give you new legs from the augment pool, which is going to require us to have more resources on hand. It's weird that it shows the whole cost in red when we totally have enough for one of the resource types, but weird. Not a big deal. However, the other people in the base... Okay, so you're not currently wearing anything, but we do have a set of gear, and this gear we made for you, right? This is the full Synedrian assault set. Yeah. All right, proper weapons. I would love to have a grenade on you. I'm sure we can afford to make a normal grenade. Yeah, those are cheap enough. Let's try and do this now so that I don't surprise myself later being, oh right, I never built that grenade. Okay, so yeah, you're just like ready for the field now. That is 2.5 people from that base who are ready to go out. Obviously, we need to get the resources together for the legs here. We still have 3 people who need weapons, like fully need weapons, though. You need some kind of heavy cannon. And we are unfortunately starting to run a little bit low on resources for continuing to build. So if we're looking at just the heavy weapons, that ain't that expensive, actually. We'll get it in the queue. It's left us real low on materials, though, so we're just going to have to find some more. And it sounds like we finished exploring whatever yep, okay, over here, the other Manticore, just finding bases. There's a lot of stuff to uncover here, though. Fort Niven. Okay, Fort Niven is nearby, and I wish that we were healed up for that. The medical base is going to take another 12 hours. So I'm not trying to be a baby about this, but we get rewarded the same for showing up no matter how much of the Pandoran threat is left, right? Does it actually harm the base more if we let them whittle down the defenders? It probably leaves the defenders weaker for the next attack, maybe? I'm not actually sure of that, though. Oh, what the hell? Let's go save them. We can get back to this later. I say go save them, not like they necessarily need to be saved. They might be just fine on their own. Alright, Tiamat. Continue exploring. Alright, Haven reports and scientific observations have identified new Pandoran mutations. The Arthron Scourge Alpha, which is just, same deal. Superior machine gun, better capable of using it. Suggests that the weapon has merged with the biological part of the creature's arm. It's got the other arms looking like something's going on. The Chiron Aplu, a mutated subspecies of Chiron that has evolved to launch poison worms at enemies. Fun. This specimen reports speculate that the specimen is a response to Synedrian military developments. What an odd speculation to form. And this one is acting like a mobile artillery unit, launching fireworms from long distance. Okay. So we're going to start seeing some more complicated enemy forces with some more annoying things coming out of them. Alright, show me something cool. Oh, production is complete on our autocannon. We still don't have the resources to do anything else, though. A new series of equipment and procedures now allow test subjects to have part of their bodies replaced with more sophisticated mechanical components. Thanks to the development of bioalloys, implant rejection rates are less than 0.02%, allowing nearly seamless incorporation of original nervous system and other connecting tissue. As of yet, bionic self-reparation has proven unsuccessful, requiring complete replacement should a malfunction occur. All new implants can be produced in a bionics lab. So, a will disruption, head augmentation, gives you bleed immunity, viral poison, and paralysis resistance. It's the same bionic augmentation as usual. Disrupt target for 1 turn, causing it to become disoriented and unable to use will point abilities. That's interesting. It doesn't, this view at least doesn't give a range for that ability. Okay, propeller legs with built-in rocket leap. Heavy lifter, doubles weight that can be carried. Ooh, proficiency with robotic arms and mounted weapons. So this is 30 armor, minus 15 stealth, no speed effect, and plus 8% accuracy. So these ones are definitely a little bit less. Oh, wow, plus 3 speed. Yeah, these ones are a little bit less, like, only for heavies.
This is a transmission to the world. The rising tide of salvation has begun. While you all cower in your own filth and deviancy, the pure have started the cleansing wave to rid the world of all impurities. No haven is safe, whatever treacherous leader or hopeless beliefs they follow. You have 2 choices. Cast off your flesh, or have it stripped for you.
Okay. It feels almost insulting, the level of, like, not caring that is reflected by okay with a period after it. Yeah, the pure are starting to get a little ahead of themselves, it feels like. We're gonna have to intervene there at some point. Okay, what have we got here? Our operatives have discovered an unsettling sight. On a hill near the ruins of a burned down haven, 8 New Jericho soldiers have been beheaded. Hey, free helmets. Their heads, still wearing their helmets, have been placed on spikes. It's impossible to know what happened here, but it can't have been good. I don't feel like we need to seed any more distrust between New Jericho and the other factions. It does feel like we should just tell them what's up. Like, I would not be mad about a bunch of free helmets, but that's certainly not, like, the largest part of the equipment that we're missing. I'm going to tell New Jericho what's up. A message from New Jericho thanks us for the information and asks us to bury the soldiers' remains. There is no comment as to what the soldiers may have been doing, and nobody said anything about the helmets, so at this point I would take the helmets. Apparently the game's not creative enough to do that. We should also definitely be researching stuff. So, we researched the autopsies that give the most resources, but there's still some that give, something. Every little bit is going to end up mattering, I think. All right. Remaining strength 3. So I guess it's good I didn't, like, hesitate, because we wouldn't have gotten here while there were any enemies left. Let's step in and break some stuff. Gotta remember, a couple of our troops are, like, pretty injured, so nobody's in, like, incredibly horrible shape, but there are some people who I would not necessarily trust to weather a burst of automatic weapons fire. Not that I'm trying to get anybody hit by automatic weapons fire, except maybe both Omar and Sato. Those heavy armor chest plates can really take a beating. Okay, so kill all enemies. There are 8 civilians to save. And We don't know anything except that there is a great big cloud of garbage over there. Sato, if I were to jump you, where can you jump to? That's pretty good, actually.
Executing.
Alright, first things first, vision. Okay, we see some new Jericho troops. We do not see any enemies right away. Fine by me. Soren, go and grab me a civilian. Alright, cool to be able to clear somebody on the first turn. And then not knowing the location of even a single enemy at this point, it's a little scary to move too far forward. Is there a way up in this building? No, okay, the roof is accessible from that side. So I guess it behooves me to move that way, although maybe with me not knowing where anybody is, the thing to do is just to move and like lay out an overwatch. Omar probably also flies, right? Moving Omar up onto this building is a little risky, but it puts him in position to grab civilians that we might not otherwise be able to grab in time.
Yes.
I hear something below me, but I'm sure that's a civilian. Do I want to do anything? I suppose it might be wise to just like... Oh, okay, we got one. So, Revenants. Damage on the first hit in the turn is reduced by 50%. We're supposed to try especially to capture Revenants. I'm not sure why I have vision of him now, but I didn't before. But that's the thing to keep in mind. We can attempt to capture this man. We do have our capturing glove. Jacob, is he claws or yeah? He's a melee dude. So we're not too worried about him drawing down on us just yet. I think we'll move Jacob up here. I have like no idea where to expect enemies to come from. Jacob can Overwatch on only 1 AP, so let's just give him the job of watching this corner. I probably don't want to commit like this deep on rescuing civilians, right? Soren needs to be able to get back to safety. So I think that's what we'll do with you for now. You can we get some cover while maintaining an action point? Not cover in the right direction, unfortunately. I kind of gave up the only site for that. I think I'm just gonna move Joe some more. And we'll give the sniper the post. You don't get to do anything, that's fine, you're good. Okay, Takeshi doesn't see anybody. That's fine. And you run to here. And I'm not going to Overwatch like all the way out here because there's no point in taking shots that are just going to miss. Here, if anybody reveals themselves nearby, we'll catch them, or that guy can run forward. I don't know if the Oh. Wow. Okay. That was nice of you. Thank you. Didn't my I thought my Overwatch with Elena was set out to here. Maybe not? That's a little frustrating. I really wish that guy was visible to Omar. He's so close, but he's not actually attackable. And I'm sure it will cost me enough movement that I won't be able to shoot at him anymore to get over to him. But that's right. He might be. Ooh, okay. Might be pickable for Sato. All right. The Acheron is a large Pandoran unit capable of afflicting various conditions on friendly and enemy units in a large radius. Kill them as quickly as possible. That seems like a really good idea. All right. Acid damage. The damage will reduce armor value by its amount, after which it will start reducing hit points. Acid damage is reduced by 10 every turn. Okay. So he didn't hit Sato. He just hit the New Jericho guy. That is a priority. Okay, a little bit of acid on my man. Not great. I had to say that thing jumping into vision was a very effective jump scare. Yeah, Arena just didn't take the shot that I overwatched. She absolutely should have shot any of these guys, right? Didn't I draw the line to here? That's really shitty. Okay. So you don't have, well, I mean, of course you don't have fireback or anything. You don't have a gun. So you have just a pistol. Just an Udar HG, not really all that terrifying. You're annoying, and you're going to be hard to kill because you're going to pain chameleon. So the things we're really concerned about are the Myrmidon and, of course, the big scary one. Let's talk about this thing. So 550 or 540 HP. It, of course, has the Revenant resistance. Has a lot of abilities, including the ability to leap. None of its abilities are really obviously... Oh, no, okay. Delirium Spray is specifically linked to the arm. It requires 2 hands to use. You are only considered to have 2 arms. So if we took off an arm, it would lose 1 ability at least. It has essentially no armor. So we're hitting for real as soon as we're hitting it. And the thing is, of course, like these guys are not considered by me to be all that terrifying, but you can't just disregard them, right? Like they are still real damage dealers. Sato, what do you got? You can't see the Myrmidon no matter what. That's not great for me. A double aimed burst is the same amount of AP as a quick aim shot and then a normal shot. It costs 1 more will, but it's definitely like the way to go. I really don't like this thing being here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it because Sato can't fucking see it. One thing I could do, I suppose, is use Omar to throw like a grenade. And then, yeah, like if I were to throw grenades that it intentionally impacts on the roof or high on the wall of this room, I can get it, yeah, in a position where it won't damage me, high on the wall of the room, try to knock down the Myrmidon, and then if he does fall through, we can quick aim and still have the AP necessary to really let him have it with the weapon. All right, I like that start. Please tell me this is enough to kill it. Oh no, it's not. All right, your attack is not related to any body part, it looks like. Okay, well, we're gonna do what we can do. Because that's all we can do. can remove its wings. Okay, if I completely destroyed the torso, it would remove the strike ability. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to do that. So if I did enough damage to remove the torso, the thing would just die anyway. Okay, but I did daze it, and that's good enough to make sure that it's not going to deal a bunch of damage. All right, I think we are taking Sato over here. I just snatched control of the Jericho assault. I don't see any reason to do anything more complicated than that.
Can't wait.
So the husk has the pepper cloud ability. If I busted its legs up enough, I'm sure it would lose leaping abilities, but it seems like a lot of bullets probably that have to land. Alright, we're just going raw damage output. That leaves you with a fraction of an AP. I think that's fine. So this thing is at 98 and bleeding. It's 25 will. Criminy. Elena, can you see it? No, that's a real shame. I was hoping I could just have her like fire off a pistol shot or something and then, use her rifle for other stuff because we do need to use the rifle for other stuff. But actually right now I'm being told she can't see anything, which I guess is why her shot didn't go off. But that's like plainly ridiculous, right? We have a shot on this guy.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I got screwed on some weird little technicality of the vision system. Like she's just not looking around the side of this thing when she aims like she should be. Ordinarily that's how cover works, right? So you peek around the side of it, but she'll peek around the side to the right if I'm leaning far enough to the right, or around to the left if I'm leaning far enough to the left. But I can't aim center, which really, 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 really sucks.
Channel open.
Okay, Jacob. What puts you on the roof? You would have a whole AP left. Okay. I mean, this is a little risky, right? Because of his damage level, but he could probably kill that thing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to get into range of it with Soren. Soren can probably kill it. And he can pick up a civilian on the way. So from here, I could spend 2 AP. Do I have vision of it from down here anywhere? And we're not talking about much of a shot, right? The frustrating thing is it looks kind of like I don't have the ability to grab this guy and go get the shot. But if I dash out to here, then I will have enough AP to get up on the roof, and I need to be able to hit it twice, which I can do for free. Okay, you know what? I'm going to rescue you. Then I'm going to dash. There's another one outside, it looks like, probably. Run up to here. And then, for free. Oh, the shot's not as good as I would like. Well, we're going to try it. Just put as much of it in the circle as possible. All right. Good shit. And then that means we can have 2 of our civilians flee. That's probably another civilian there, and we will figure that out next turn. But I'm feeling pretty good about that. Okay, so that thing down. Next is we gotta deal with this. Irina is going to have to step. I can go back behind this thing for cover, but I need to step out for a second here at least. And we'd like to pick up a revenant. Who has the claw?
What's our plan?
Shouldn't be Jacob. Joe? Joe has it. All right. So probably don't want to. We'll pick up one of the ones after some of these are dead. I don't want to worry about it right now. So I think I'm gonna step over here. I'm going to quick aim because that thing's close enough that I think I should be able to quick aim it. Oh, I'm gonna have Joe shoot at it once just to clear the damage resistance.
Aiming.
Okay. No days.
Acquiring target.
We should now be able to, yeah. Just drop the damn thing. And then I wish I could put you in a position where you're going right here. You're going to just aim down the alley. This thing's dead, right? Yeah, bleeding for more HP than it has. And it will not produce the Umbra this turn. It'll produce the Umbra thing next turn. So I don't have the best sense for how far these things can move while still being able to attack, but I think this one's too far out. I think we're probably fairly safe this turn at least. Jacob.
Moving now.
Jacob can run up on the roof. This is a relatively safe spot for him to be. And he also can just overwatch in this direction. And then that really just leaves you, Joe. So Joe wants to close up because he's got the gauntlet, but he wants to not close up too much because he doesn't want to make himself an easy target.
I'm going.
We gotta be wary of how much we let this
Engaging.
wary of how much we let this other Arthron just push us around. So I think it's just gonna be a lot of Overwatch down this hallway, I think. Sato, you're good where you are. Alright. So I don't know how many more enemies to expect. That big guy was probably a lot of spawn budget, but I don't know that for sure. I don't know if the game really uses a system like that. Okay, so you're down. Your Umbra's waiting to form. I do appreciate the backup from this guy. And then there's nothing for these dudes to do except move into the open, right? The Pain Chameleon dude might have a shot on Arena without coming closer, but with that pistol, I wouldn't expect it to be a very dangerous shot. There's for sure something we're not seeing, because, you know, what else is happening during all this time? And it might be this guy, but it's probably more than that, given how long it's been at this point. Okay, drew a little blood. Good shit. Arena solves the problem. Yeah, those are probably slightly premature, those shots. Okay. This thing has the Revenant tech, though, right? Yeah. So when it says, so notice the secondary objective is gone. What it wanted us to do was capture the Mimic, but it said secondary objective capture a Revenant instead of capture a Mimic, I think. I think it was a little confused. Okay. So, without knowing the strength of this thing, it's a little hard to know exactly how much punching I'm going to need. But I've left myself a lot of AP. Okay. 3 taps will do it. Fully paralyzed. Okay, can't quite get over into the cover, but hopefully not going to need to. And the battle would be over right now if there weren't any other enemies. So, let's find some other enemies. There's a lot of stuff reading down below me right now, and I am a little uncomfortable about that. Where is the staircase? Yeah, why don't you go take a look, Soren? Okay, looks like humans. I certainly expect it to be humans. Yeah, run out to here. Just give me some cover.
My turn.
You can't really... Getting up here, I think, is maybe the next most critical thing.
I'm on the move.
So maybe we step Omar out and just have him jump again. He's not allowed to do that.
Be right there.
Oh, right, there is the Umbra thing. Maybe all that's happening is we have to clear the Umbra before the match will end. But we'll find out. Okay, no additional vision there. Certainly suggests that the Umbra is the problem. But no, I think we've been in that situation before where an Umbra was the only thing left of the enemy team, and that did not lead to the mission still being on. I'm relatively sure. Okay, I'm a little surprised that worked. I will take it. Oops, I didn't mean to... I meant to select the civilian. Oh, no, I did select the civilian. Okay. Oh, the person I grabbed there was not a civilian. I thought they were. Okay. Well, there's a lot of New Jericho soldiers around, it turns out, here inside of their own home. Weird. Yeah, I don't really know what to do here, I guess. You keep an eye out. Just looking for trouble.
Here I come.
Very dramatic. Alright. We want to make sure that Umbra thing is in danger. I don't necessarily want to be in a position where this thing is in front of me.
Area covered.
Those two should have it, I would think. But we can really make sure. All right. It seems like it would be overkill to do any more than that. There's another body in there. Don't know what it is exactly. We will get to it next turn. Should I run closer? Like, maybe I should back up in case it's something else. I mean, if it's an enemy, it's going to get me at this point, right? I may as well just hang out close. Yeah, we just have no idea.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna have Sato drop down here just in case whatever's in that next room is an enemy. We're just gonna watch the doorway.
On Overwatch.
I suspect it's not gonna be a thing to worry about, though. Okay, that was a no-brainer. I have to say, I do feel like this one has not been terribly difficult. It's like really a lot easier than a lot of the other assaults we've seen, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, again, there was a big, huge monster taking up a bunch of the spawn budget, and on the turn where it revealed itself, it kind of didn't do anything. Which is probably not, you know, a normative experience with that creature the first time you see it. Huh.
Overwatching.
Alright, this building doesn't seem to have anything going on. You get back over there and help. Okay, it is in fact just a civilian. Well then, where do we reckon the enemies are?
Yes.
I'm gonna give this guy one more tap with the thing, just to make sure he stays in place. And then I suppose we could all hunt. Jacob's not in a great position for it. Throw open the door. I mean, we have people who can see this courtyard, so we know there's not anything in this courtyard. Omar
Repositioning.
can look on this side of the big building. Okay, there we go. Grenade-carrying Arthrons have developed organic grenade launchers in their limbs. Disabling the limb would render... You know what I'm saying. You know all the words that I'm saying. Those were normal words. Okay, so you do in fact have a launcher arm. You also have the ability to return fire. But what you do not have... Oh, no, okay, but I actually don't have... Don't have a shot on you, which I'm surprised to hear. Obviously, I can drop down to here, take the quick aim, and just blast him. What are we looking at? 90 HP? Oh, yeah.
My way.
Perhaps I am being aggressive. Perhaps there will be more enemies down here, but this feels like it's going to work. Hey, you, guess what? Remarkably, he survived that. He is, however, dazed and he's going to bleed out real soon, so. I guess that guy's the only guy. Because that's the entire remaining enemy force. I guess like a lot of us could spend time running over there, but I don't know that I even really care. We can get a couple of people on it. Ought to be good enough. People who can do stuff next turn. You're good where you are, actually. Good where you are. Sato can, like, run out to here. And then make a jump of some kind? Yeah. Sato can come help in case there's more stuff than we can see right now. And I suppose like, it behooves Irina to always be moving to the action. So he doesn't really get to do anything. He bleeds down to 5 HP. And then on his next turn... Okay, and he's clearly the only thing left on their team. Which is to say... Bonk. Lethal bonk. Bullets are expensive. Bonking is free. Well, bonking is free up to the point where it actually breaks your gun, because it does seem to do damage to it. Okay. Nice and easy. Pretty straightforward. We saw a new scary enemy and didn't have anybody die, or even really take any damage from it. And I think armor damage is immediately repaired as soon as you leave the map, right? Like we don't have to worry about the fact that Omar's armor got acided for a very small amount. Okay, yeah, we managed to get that Udar machine gun, and of course we brought home an Arthron. We did not find the colony. And that is a shame. Okay. My research has an exclamation point on it, and I'm not sure why. Oh, right, we gained the ability to do a new thing. So we can start another manufacturer at this point. So we have a heavy who at the very least is going to need a helmet, because I was not as impressed with the helmet options for what do you call it, for bio implants. Plus 8% to accuracy. The thing is, I don't know that I care so much about like this very small amount of armor. It's 4 points of armor on the head. Doesn't really make a difference, I don't think. And I'd much rather have, obviously, like 10% accuracy on my helmet than... Because, like, what do you get? You get -4 here. It is a 27 armor helmet. So we are talking about taking 13 less damage on a headshot, which still means that a headshot's probably... Like, the odds that changes the critical number of headshots that it takes to actually knock out your head is pretty low. But getting to hit shots is really, really valuable. Yeah, give me that Acheron helmet. This is what we're building for our new heavy. Okay, and I was really hoping we were going to pull the location of the thing, the location of the base right away, and just be able to crush it there. But since we didn't, we're going to stay in the area while we continue to wait for the medical bay to finish building. It's actually going to be done by the time we're done with this. I'll also do some exploring. The Echoes of the Fall. Our operatives have discovered an abandoned Phoenix Project facility. The facility was part of the Phoenix Project's short-lived astronautics program, which ended with the disastrous Phoenix 2 mission to the moon. The site was converted into a storage bunker and appears to have remained untouched. Well, I love storage bunker, yeah, because it's full of stuff, generally. All right, we can, in fact, head back here and get some rest now.
Research complete.
Managed to get our Myrmidon autopsy on, and we've learned how to construct a Phoenix Scarab engine upgrade. So, Myrmidons are relatively simple organisms, but their group tactics and strategic use of terrain suggest they are guided by some sort of hive mind intelligence. Remarkable feature of their bodies are, that's a weird way to start the sentence, are their light wings capable of performing short-distance flights, making them the perfect reconnaissance trooper for the Pandorans. Their nimble legs provide stability and very fast walking speed. Closer inspection of their internal organs shows close resemblance with various Pandoran worm species. Cool. They are theoretically capable of releasing dangerous gas explosions. Hate to hear that. Weakness, vulnerable to gunfire. I mean, aren't we all? New research available. The thing, the new part. Oh no, okay. Light sniper rifle technology. The appearance of myrmidons has inspired our designers to consider developing a more agile sniper rifle that can deal quickly with small targets at range. Well, now that's interesting, and I do want to check that out, but if we capture a myrmidon alive, we could vivisect it and get some bonuses. That's pretty compelling. So wait, I should probably then perform the Arthron autopsy since we have an Arthron in captivity, get ourselves some materials, and then probably be able to do the vivisection there as well. That seems wise. We have enough resources to run the next bit of manufacturing. Do we need another gun, right? So we built your gun. We need 2 more guns. We need a sniper rifle, and we need probably a normal AR. So since I have 2 different manufacturing things, can I run 2 builds adjacent to each other, or does this just reduce the total time, like parts of it are manufactured in different places? Well, let's try to build up a Pythagoras and see what happens. Okay, no, it does actually run. If you have the resources to be able to do parallel construction, you do have the ability to do some parallel construction. All right, nice when you can manage it. Our operatives land near a cluster of burned out vehicles. There's been a fight here, recently by any guess, perhaps in the last week or so. On the ground, there are corpses that were tied up and left. These people were survivors, but on the losing side. They were left to die of starvation, lying in the dirt. That's very fucked. Search everything, but take time to bury the dead is probably going to be one of these, like, increased chance of ambush type situations. But we could handle a fight. We probably don't mind the XP and potentially loot. I'm going to take time to bury the dead. Oh, our soldiers just lost stamina. Burying the dead may only be of symbolic value, but we need to cling to any shreds of decency we have left as a species. And people found out about it, and they also are clinging to the shreds of my decency. And we got some materials, which I am overjoyed to see. Okay, we managed to hit a threshold with New Jericho. Access to their military-grade coil guns and their aircraft tech. I do like their guns. Okay, there's not another site right here. Let's go ahead and fly you out this way. Oh no, this isn't actually working. Okay, so it must be that the multiple manufacturing lines just result in faster overall manufacture. Okay. You guys actually can just hang out and benefit from the med bay. And then once they're healed up, I think we're sending them to the time vault area, even though there is an active base and some kind of real combat going on there. All right, what have we here?
New Jericho Haven is under attack.
Fort Neptune is being attacked by the Forsaken. So obviously this, yeah, it's a very long flight. With the Tiamat, is it something that's makeable with the Manticore? 8 hours? Are we all in? Yeah, we're all healed up. I guess I'm gonna go for it. I do not expect that I'm gonna make it there. I think they'll resolve it before we get there.
Are working on ways to repel the mist. This by itself is not a sin. We do not condemn it, For the mist is a flood and brings life and death alike. They seek safety for their people, as do we.
Yeah, no, it seems like a really good idea, actually.
But if you push the flood away too far, you will die of stagnation. Sinedrian has forgotten how to look beyond the flood, at the wide sea, at the future. Instead, they look inward, lost in a maze of reflections. What they offer is not salvation, but a trap.
Like, this stuff is, is cool diegetically, but, like, I don't really have access into enough to levers of control for the other factions' feelings about each other, for this to be, like, super meaningful to us. It's just, like, stuff that's happening in the background. Alright, in Fort Dauntless, we've got fire from the sky. A sudden fire is threatening to engulf Fort Dauntless's training facilities. Commander Munoz has already has her best people trying to put it out. We're gonna help out. We can help out with that. With the help of our operatives, the fire is eventually put out. An investigation reveals its cause. A strange balloon-like creature that drifted down out of the sky. A guard shot it and it exploded into a substance similar to napalm. Commander Munoz shakes her head. What kind of world has this become? Everything is hostile. Everything is disgusting. By way of thanks, she shares some of the data the Haven's been collecting. Okay, so my soldiers took 30 damage. Their training zone suffered a lot more. We got some free research, which is cool. How badly injured are y'all? Are in some kind of shape over here. Stamina's more of a problem than hit points. But I mean, I'm headed back in the direction of home with the Tiamat anyway, right? We got 7 more hours travel, and I guess there's nothing to do but keep traveling.
Research complete.
Okay. Early mutations of this creature type, the Arthron, are associated with the first mist incursion in 2029. The vast populations that were compelled to walk zombie-like into the sea under the influence of the mist have been merged somehow with sea creature DNA to create these Frankenstein monsters. Now we are seeing increasing numbers of Arthrons on land. The hypothesis is that land-based gestation structures are breeding Arthrons under cover of a new mist outbreak. The latest Arthron mutations have little humanity left in them, and they are considerably more dangerous to civilian populations. The longer-term danger is that we can expect their evolution to continue at a rapid pace. 25% arthropod, 15% human, and 60% unknown genetics. Worrying. So, have we indeed unlocked the ability to perform a vivisection? We have not. Okay, well that's a shame. Shotgun. Oh no, okay, we have. It's just put it in a weird place. I'm not so nervous about getting 10% more damage on them. Maybe I'd be better off just doing the Mind Fragger and the Triton before then, just to get the resources. But I also do want some of this other stuff. Gloss weaponry in particular, very curious about. Yeah, that's worth pushing on. I would love to see some more advanced weaponry. And then doing what we can do there. We're researching, we're manufacturing. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know what it would be. One thing I am thinking is that maybe I should just go ahead and pay for the other augmentations that I wanted. Because the thought was, well, we can make sure that we're manufacturing stuff, and then we can do these last minute when they'll be less disruptive. But I had to say, I like remembering multiple soldiers worth of upgrades is a little tricky for me. So I could give you propeller legs and you could have your rocket leap too. I think I want the armadillo legs and then you're just kind of like, you're a little bit slower, but you can bust through walls as a way of countering the slowness. And this has got the extra accuracy and the armor. The enemies shoot to the torso most of the time. So the fact that we've got the heavy torso, I don't know. I'm actually really torn because the leap is nice, especially for delivering the heavy weapon into combat. I'm gonna stick with my plan in armadillo like you. All right, you look scary. You look suitably terrifying. And then I was kind of thinking about maybe augmenting you too. Do I actually want to do that? So the neural torso only has 30 armor, but it gives you the ability to mount stuff. It's also much less material expensive and much more tech expensive, which is not great for us, obviously. Pardon me. So I think I would probably want to Juggernaut torso again. But maybe we shouldn't overdo it on this stuff. Like the armor, the normal heavy armor is really good. Right? The jet jump is. So the normal heavy armor only has 34 armor on it. Yeah, that's interesting. So both of the augment armors, like, even the one that is theoretically a lot less toughness, is still like in the neighborhood. This will give you the ability to mount automatic proficiency. Well, you have proficiency with mounted weapons by dint of your class, though, right? Yeah, it's not the ability to hook them up. It's proficiency that we're talking about. You should have a magazine. You should have an extra med kit. It's kind of hard to want to, like, it's kind of hard to want to bring fire grenades, you know? When what we use these for so frequently, I should have just built two. I guess I knew I was going to put one on him. What we use these for so frequently is the ability to knock a wall over. Oh yeah, there's also the shielding thing with the Juggernaut torso. That's a consideration. I guess also a consideration is that 8% accuracy is like bananas. This is really like all of our tech though. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to do this. And then I'm probably going to do armadillo legs again. Or maybe we'll have one of them with rocket leap. It really is a lot less armor. Enough that it's making me only a little nervous. The leap is so good. Alright, we're doing it. Okay, then we did also make your helmet already. You can be marked as good. We just have to enable off-class helmets. Okay, so he's the sniper. Although we didn't give him the full plus accuracy torso, which I guess is, you know, maybe would have been a good idea if we're planning to put him on top of stuff a lot. Whatever, too late now. Look at those legs. Very weird. Okay. So we are officially on to the next person. We are manufacturing a rifle as we speak. We're gonna have a fully outfitted team of people here pretty soon. All right, show me something cool. Okay, we got here while the attackers are still alive. Intervene to eliminate the threat, protecting as many civilians as possible. Yeah, it's the same deal as always, just with a different attacking force. We're totally going to do this, but probably not right this second. I think this has been a very successful day. We've gotten a lot of resources. We've gotten a lot of building done. I think we're in a really good shape to continue pressing on with our various plans, and also we're finally getting some report from the game as to the objectives to follow again. So hopefully, still on our way to a victory. I'm so nervous that I'm going to do a bad job keeping pace with pushing toward victory, and that the enemies are just going to outscale us eventually. So I'm always a little leery of when we're not getting told what our next objectives are. But when you come back next time, we'll continue to follow the paths being shown to us. We will continue to abduct and explode aliens, and in general, just kind of get in trouble all over the world. Come back for that, and we'll see you then.